All right, guys, welcome my music warriors. It's Mr. Mashmeyer, and with Mr. Barry, though he's on our classroom cameras because for some strange reason our recording is not working through Google, but we can still do things this way. So today we're going to be listening to Maynard Ferguson, and students, you are listening for the genre and the instruments. So make sure that you are writing down your instruments and writing down what the genre you think it is. So we're going to go to present and get you started on a very, very famous song from a very, very famous children's show. Ready to go, Mr. Barry?
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and...
All right. That was Maynard Ferguson doing Sesame Street.
So, you know, I muted you on my class, Mr. Mashmeyer. Hey, guys, do me a favor. I know I told you.
Let me turn you down here. That was Maynard Ferguson doing Sesame Street. I believe that recording was from the late 1970s. Maynard was looking still pretty young. So Maynard Ferguson's group started doing something that was a little different in jazz. Whoops! I just gave you part of the thing. So let's talk about this genre. I keep doing that. I keep doing it. I don't get it. Let's talk about the genre, guys. So, do you think it is just jazz? Do you think it is only jazz, or do you hear some other types of music in there? I see a bunch of shaking heads over here in the choir.
If you do hear some other types of genres in there, name them off.
Yeah, name what you think you might hear. Or put them in the chat, either one.
So jazz and what other genres?
Okay, maybe blues. That's good, Beauty. That's good. There might be a touch of blues in there. Not. Well, let me ask you this. You guys know, I've told you what my favorite kind of music is. What is that? What is my favorite type of music? You can unmute and talk too if you'd like.
What does Mr. Mashmeyer listen to, guys?
Rock, that's right, Beauty. Okay. So, this jazz has a whole lot of rock fused in with it. So a lot of what the bass player and the drummer is doing has a lot more rock feel to it. That's why it's called jazz fusion, because it's really kind of high energy jazz rock combination. Okay, so that's why you will hear a lot of times Maynard's music is described as a jazz rock hybrid. There's even a little soul in there if you listen to what the bass player does now and again. Instead of just walking like a jazz bass would, he adds some things in there that's got some elements of soul. So anyway, that's why it's called jazz fusion. So let's talk about the instruments, and we're going to talk about the instruments in order. So we're always going to start with our rhythm instruments. So what instruments do you think you heard and saw that has to do with rhythm?
What's the main instrument, guys, from the rhythm section?
Beauty just put in drum set. That is correct.
Trumpet. That's a wind instrument. Okay. So we're looking for the drum set.
The drum set is the main rhythm instrument. Yeah, Dalen, you did see clapping. We're not going to call that as an instrument. What guitar goes right along with the drum set to make up the main backbone of the rhythm section?
8.
Come on, guys. We've talked about this before. Yes, Beauty, the electric bass, the bass guitar. So far in the rhythm section, we have drums, we have bass guitar, and we have piano. So let's start talking about the wind instruments. So what were the wind instruments that we heard in this recording? Okay, Beauty says saxophone. Beauty is correct. Now,
Miss Payne, what instrument did you say from earlier? Because you named one.
What saxophones did you see?
Thank you, the trumpet.
Okay, we also have a trumpet from the choir section. That is true. And trombone as well. So we did have trumpets and trombones up there, but there were 3 types of saxophones on the stage. Can anybody tell me what those 3 types are? Oh, thank you, Beauty. She also got the flute soloist. That actually started everything. And so let's talk about the saxophones. Can you name me the 3 types of saxophones that you saw? Let's start with the soloist, the really big one. What was the really big solo called? Wait a minute, we got Kyla over here has alto sax and tenor sax, which is true. Now we're still only looking for the big one that was the soloist. Can somebody tell me what the big one was called? Starts with a B, and it is actually the instrument that I play with saxophone attached after. Starts with a B. Come on, band, you can do it. Anybody? Okay, the guy that was playing the solo, his name is Dennis de Blasio, and he was actually the one that did the arrangement as well. Okay, thank you, Beauty. He was playing the baritone sax, the baritone saxophone, and that is really kind of a rare instrument to do a solo on. Okay, now we talked about the solo that we heard from the flute. We've now talked about the solo that we heard from the Barry sax. What solo did Maynard Ferguson actually play? What was his trumpet? Yeah, Jesus. What was his instrument? What was his instrument? The main solo instrument of the yes, Beauty. I gave it to you. You were paying attention. He does in fact play the trumpet. Okay? So we're missing one solo instrument. We heard solos from the trumpet, the Barry sax, and in the beginning the flute. What other instrument played a solo in that recording?
And this is an instrument that we've already named.
Yes, we've already named this instrument.
And to give you guys another hint, it's an instrument from the rhythm section.
Drums?
That's right, drums. Who said drums correctly? Was that Camilla? All right, Camilla got it. The other solo instrument was the drums, and that was actually Greg Bissonette. And believe it or not, Greg Bissonette's brother was playing the bass guitar. Those two played together in the Maynard Ferguson band. So we have everything now, from the rhythm section of the drums, the bass guitar, and the piano, to the winds of the alto, tenor, and Barry saxophone, trumpets, and trombones. We heard from the flute in the beginning, and we heard from a trumpet soloist. That was Maynard himself. So that is all the instruments that we heard from. Now let's take a look at question number 3 on the assignment. To clarify, the question is asking Maynard Ferguson, the main soloist, the guy that was up front the whole time, when he's playing a solo, do you think he's playing for music, or do you think he is improvising? Which means that he's making it up in his head and it's coming out here in front of an audience. What do you think he's doing? Is he improvising or is he playing? Yes, he is, Beauty. Beauty's all about it again today. This must be her day. He was in fact improvising. Okay, as a matter of fact, the Barry saxophone player that was soloing as well, Dennis de Blasio, who I'd like to say again did the arrangement of Sesame Street. He actually arranged most of Maynard's music at that time period. He was also improvising. Okay, so usually when they get really, really fast and they're just and they're all over the place, chances are they're improvising. So that is 3 of the 5 questions that are on the assignment, which is 23. Assignment number 24, which is on Maynard Ferguson, Sesame Street. So now you can go ahead and turn your cameras off, and you can do the other 2. Well, campers, that just about does it for us today. We are going to sign off. So just remember,
Peace out, guys.
we love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.